Namo Buddhaya, meritorious devotees. In this meditation session, we decided to teach you to understand the true nature of the body by seeing the four elements. By understanding the four elements that is found in this body. So, Buddha taught us to see this body as elements. So, when we see this body that is made with various types of elements, we will see one by one, part by part of the body. We will start contemplating each and every part in this body, the particles. So, when you contemplate these body parts, the parts of the body separately, whatever the attachments that you have towards the external appearance, the bondages, and the nature of being unable to live without seeing beautiful things and having beautiful things, the nature of being unable to live without fulfilling lust, the nature of unable to live without engaging in sexual misconduct, the nature of unable to live without engaging in sexual misconduct, the nature of unable to live without watching unnecessary things. So that nature will be abandoned of doing evil things, of having a mind that is unable to control one's lust. That nature will be abandoned when you start seeing this body as elements, one by one. So let's recollect the elements in this body and try to overcome the attachment that we have towards our body. So now sit in a comfortable posture or remain in a comfortable posture and listen to me and think according to what I say. So the name of this meditation is Datumanasikara, meditation on contemplating elements. In this head we have hairs, and they are like leaves on a tree. They fall when they are ripe. If all your hair is detached, it will drop on the earth. Let's say all of this hair came out from your head and onto your hands. We will not keep it. We will throw it away, and it will gradually decay and transform into soil in the earth. Therefore, hair is something that transforms into soil, and it is Patavi Dhatu. So this Patavi Dhatu is there in our body. Then body hairs in this body is also like head hairs. They get detached from this body. When all these body hairs are detached from the body, they fall onto earth and decay until they transform into soil. It is like those ripe leaves on a tree falling onto the ground and changing into soil after their deterioration. Nothing to get intoxicated, nothing to be proud with the body hair. Nails that were cut were thrown away onto the ground. These nails will transform into soil with time, and we don't even notice it. In this way, nails on these fingers and toes mix with soil in earth and vanish forever. Teeth are also something that transforms into soil. Teeth get decayed when they are still inside our mouths. Teeth rot, decay, and get crushed. Teeth that break from the mouth fall into the ground and decay until they transform into soil. How many teeth of countless people may have fallen onto the ground and transform into soil? Teeth are something that transforms into soil. They are Patavi Dhatu, that is solid element. Teeth is solid element. The skin is also like that. The skin gets scratched. The skin suffers from various things. The skin suffers from various things such as injuries, scabies, and eczema. The skin contracts, wrinkles, and when we grow old, it rubs off. Someday, when the skin falls onto the ground, it will disappear into the soil. This is the nature of the body, the true nature. What we have to do is just understand the true nature. This true nature is to be found in our body. That is existing. If we can realize this, we will never get attached to this body. Tendons are also like that. These tendons also fall onto the ground and decay, transform into soil, and vanish someday. We have bones in our bodies. We all have a skeleton. How many countless skeletons we may have had in our past lives. In each life, we thought the skeleton like we have now is ours. There is a skull in this head. There are neck bones inside the neck. There are collar bones. There are bones inside hands, elbows, wrists. There are chest bones, back bones, waist bones, thigh bones, knee bones, and calf bones. There are lots of bones in this body. One day, all these bones will fall onto the ground and decay, transform into soil, and completely vanish. There is bone marrow inside our body. This bone marrow also decays, transform into soil, and vanish together with bones. There will be a day that kidneys also fall into the ground. Then they will decay and transform into the soil. The heart will also decay and mix with soil. The liver will also fall onto the ground. It will also decay and transform into soil. The lungs expand when we breathe in. They shrink when we breathe out. These also fall onto the earth, decay and transform into soil. Then there is the small intestine in this body. It is like a large coiled rope. There is also a large intestine. All of these rot and mix with soil in the earth. They transform into soil by decaying. What we ate leaves our body as feces, which also transforms into soil after some time. In this way, all these things have the nature of transforming into soil. They are Patavi Dhatu. They are solid element. These are also things in this body that dissolve. There are also things in this body that dissolve. That is Apo Dhatu, the water element. Bile in this body dissolves in water and vanishes. There is also phlegm in this body. We should remember these things when we look at our body and other people's body, that these things are existing in these bodies. Then how can we get attached? And how can we suffer because of lust? See how peaceful, how much we can live peacefully when we know the reality. Bile in this body dissolves in water and vanishes. It is Apo Dhatu. There is also phlegm in this body. It is a foamy liquid. It also dissolves in water and vanishes. It is Apo Dhatu. There is pus in this body, forms when blood has rotted. It is a yellowish liquid. That pus also dissolves in water and disappears. Pus is also Apo Dhatu. Apo Dhatu means water element. There is also blood in this body. Blood also dissolves in water and disappears. Blood is Apo Dhatu. In this body, there is a liquid that forms throughout this body. From the head to the soles of the feet, it is called sweat. It also dissolves in water and disappears. Sweat belongs to Apo Dhatu. Fat is a sticky thing that comes out with sweat. It also dissolves in water. There are also tears in this body. Tears come out from the eyes and also dissolve in water. Tears are Apo Dhatu. In this body, mucus also flows and come out from the nose. Sometimes it comes out suddenly. Mucus also get dissolved. When you look at our body, when you look at other people's bodies, we should remember that mucus can come out like this anytime. Then how can we get attached? We have saliva in this body which flows. Right now, it doesn't come out from our mouths because we swallow it and close our mouths. If we do not swallow saliva that flows in the mouth, it will come out. If that is the case, we will have to either wipe it off or wash it away. Also, there is urine in this body. Urine also dissolves in water and vanishes. It is Apo Dhatu, the water element. These are the things that belong to Apo Dhatu. They dissolve in water. All these can be found in our body. So we should try to see these elements that are found in our body to overcome attachments. There is also heat in this body. This body is created with that heat. When that heat increases, we sweat and get fever. When food and drink goes inside this body, that heat digests them and helps the body to absorb its nutrient. This happens by Tejo Dhatu, heat element. It is also this Tejo Dhatu that ages this body. It also deteriorates this body until it gets destroyed completely. All these things are impermanent things. Next, this body has things that blow with wind. Air that comes to the throat blows away with wind. Air that comes out from the back also mixes with wind and blows away. Air we breathe in also blows away with wind. Air that we breathe out is of the same nature. This air that we inhale and exhale also blows away with wind. There is also air that moves here and there inside this body. This belongs to Vayu Dhatu, the wind element. So you can see that these things are the things that we have in our body. The things that transform into soil are Patavi Dhatu, solid Dhatu, solid element. Things that dissolve are Apo Dhatu. Things that dissolve are water element. Things with the nature of warmth are Tejo Dhatu, that is heat element. Things that blow are Vayu Dhatu, that is wind element. This is what we have. The Buddha taught us to contemplate well the fact that these kinds of things are in this body. He taught us to divide up this body like a butcher that sells cow meat after he killed a cow and cut its flesh into pieces. That is when we can see the truths of this body. Then the attachment we will have become weakened and disappear. Now slowly open your eyes. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.